Hey everybody, it's Wolfpack again, dropping another video. I think this is going to be stand 8. Thank you guys for some of the comments I got, appreciate it. And I really appreciate you guys giving me some feedback. Um, Today I have two topics to talk about today, not in order of precedence, but just at random. Number one was that we've had a bomb threat in Angelina County in Huntington, Texas. It's between it's about north. Well, it's north of Houston and south of Dallas. In between. Small type of population, 2016. But however, we had a bomb threat, and well, it caused a big to do here. We had sheriff's deputies. We had Texas Department of Public Safety. We had a lot of people who reacted to it, but come to find out, it's still going on because the fact is that, damn it, it's been almost 2.5 hours and they're still waiting on a damn search dog and go through the school. Brilliant, and nobody ever thought to have a search dog, a bomb dog, somewhere in the county. But the kids were ordered to a church, which was right across the street. The evacuation was said they were proud of it and just proud of the way that the kids reacted and those kind of things. And I guess maybe current events that we have happened to make students aware, and I'm glad about that. But I question the mentality of putting the children in a church right across the street. I don't know if they determined how big of a blast radius that a small bomb can actually do. I think whenever you do, then you're going to have all these responders come in, and then hell, kids are trapped in the church and they can't get out. Well, that's all speculation. But mothers and fathers are called to come pick up their kids, and they did. And we've got through. We've gotten through per channels that somebody just wrote a bomb on a stall in the bathroom. So that triggered all this, and it's still going on now. You don't know whether shit or get off the pot, and they realized that this shit could happen here. And unfortunately, I think that something like this had to happen to get these bad guys off their ass and start making some plans about how they're going to protect their children in these kind of incidences, and have to start the conversation about what you need to do to tell your kids about what the authorities are recommending in this situation. What's the plan, basically? So anyway, that's an ongoing situation. Next, we've got Purge. I guess I survived the Purge, I guess, with YouTube. I don't know. I don't put out that many videos, but I guess I survived the Purge. And I want to speak on that a little bit because some of you individuals out there, you need to take a look at who they're purging and why they're purging these individuals and they're shutting them up. Well, I agree that there's an algorithm that you use certain words or whatever that causes attention. And I do agree with one of the individuals that were at YouTube that was contacted that said there's nothing they can do about it because once it pops on these algorithms, then you're gone. You're done. You get a strike or 2 strikes, and you get 3 strikes, and you're out. So this new algorithm that went through YouTube is dropping a lot of people out now. Whether you can get your YouTube back or whatever, I don't know. However, the fact is that they are definitely censoring. And I don't know what bothers me more is that they're censoring and they're using algorithms to do it. That scares the shit out of me because the fact is that what they're gonna start putting algorithms on my phone every time I say the F word. They're gonna shit, I'd be in jail. I'm not politically correct in that manner. But basically on the YouTube, it's basically this, is that they can't warrant your YouTubes to advertisers. And it's all come down to money. because advertisers are being scared away because of the fact is we got a lot of conspiracy theorists out there and have taken in, they look at everything from every different angle. And I'm not going to say who's right and who's wrong. I don't really give a damn about conspiracy theory. Tell me if it's right or wrong and tell me what the hell. Give me the information, I'll figure it out my damn self. But there are conspiracy theorists out there that actually they have a right to post what they want. Now it gets kind of confusing on this because YouTube's point on this is that, well, they're actually committing libel and they're committing slander because they're blaming these people or they're showing this proof is not warranted, or they're slanted opinions, or they're just a witch hunt or whatever. And we're not going to participate, or we're not going to allow anybody to participate in this kind of action, not on our channel. Censorship, yeah, but then again, you sign an agreement that you're going to go and you're going to abide by their rules. So until you unsign that agreement, and you have to kind of play by their rules. And as we know in government, they make up the rules as they freaking go. So I have yet to see, and I've mentioned this in other videos, I have yet to see one case that goes through that has any merit that goes through that's actually been filed. Well, they have been filed, but they never have come to fruition. I'm sorry, because the fact is they're all settled out of court. Unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, these individuals take them to court, they come up with some money, they pay you some money, and they sit down and shut up. So it never actually makes any news anymore. Nobody reports on those things anymore. So if you survive the purge, then good luck to you. There's also other medias. There's Patreon. There's Vidmeo. There's other ones I'm missing, but anyway, I don't really care if they ban my channel or whatever. That's just another proof. That's just more proof that they don't have an open mind and they'll censor anybody. So I'm gonna hang in there as long as I can there on YouTube. Now, the next thing is that I really am. I'm tired. Okay, I'm tired of all of this shit that's been going on in our government. To the fact, as a matter of fact, how many more freaking hearings can we have? How many more issues can come up? Pedophilia. How many issues can come up about the Russians, the North Koreans, everybody else except for that's taken away from the actual one little fact that we're killing each other economically and literally. The government stance is to divide us. Divide us no matter what the reason. Whether it's black against white, whatever the freaking color. I don't even keep up with colors anymore because the fact is, you know what, I don't know what the hell to call you. I might offend you. I don't know, back in my day, somebody called me a doo-doo head. I'd call them a doo-doo head back. I'd pretty much end that conversation. But no, nowadays you got, oh, you hurt my feelings. I come from a world that, or I was trained in a world, by God, you can put your feelings aside because they don't give a shit who they shoot at. They shoot at you, shoot back. But when's it gonna end? I mean, how much longer can we actually go through this about bringing up new names every freaking day and not indict anybody? I mean, when does somebody appear before a grand jury? When does somebody actually get charged with something and actually makes it stick to where they go before the grand jury and they decide, okay, there's enough evidence to put them on trial? When is that supposed to, when does that happen? At what part of the process does that happen? What happened to all these indictments, these sealed indictments that we had, 3,000 and something and whatever that was leaked out that they had? What happened to them? What happened to all this stuff that they're saying on Fox News? And it's getting ready to break. It's getting ready to break. It's getting ready to break. nothing happens. Hillary's still running around, butt naked. Bill Clinton, he's still around too. Obama, he's still around. Everybody's around. Everybody pointing fingers at people. And hell, you know what? Ain't nobody doing nothing about it. I don't see. Today's Texas Independence Day. Shit, I wish we could go back to them days. Steal a horse and hang us on it. A lot of people go to jail. It fails to resonate with me that, you know what, you can go from having not a nickel in your pocket to going into the House or Senate making $250,000 a year, and you come out a multi-millionaire. How does that frickin' shit work? I don't know. Insider trading, you know what? What the fuck, you know? And it leaves a whole gamut of possibilities, and every one of them's doing it. We've gotten to the point to where we're unable to stand up for ourselves about anything because the fact is that we remain divided. If two people get inside of a room and they start agreeing with each other, then the government's going to come along with something to drive a wedge in between them. People change. I mean, shit, the world changes. People change because the fact is that, you know what, hey, what I believed in 20 years ago ain't what I believe in now. I grew up. I got smarter. I've got to see the real world and how things operate and how people operate and how people get along or don't get along. We stand at the crossroads because the fact is this, since we can't do anything and our only availability to do anything is through the judicial system, which, I'm sorry, bust your bubble, but they don't really give a shit about justice. They give about a damn about who's making more money. If you get off on a crime, it's because the fact is that, you know what, you got enough money. Period. Look at Casey Anthony and frickin' O.J. Simpson, and the list goes on and on and on and on. So I'm not here to make the case for me either one of them, but I'll just tell you this right now: as long as they, I don't want to hear nothing from no damn body that says about probation or letting somebody out when as long as she walks the damn earth. Tell me you can't keep up with your kid for freaking 3 months. You don't know what. And this is the kind of shit we buy. That's just an example of how things work in our judicial system. If we took enough time to realize that our own government is working against us, then we'll have to admit the fact is that, you know what, then everything is right, because we're just that monkey on the wheel. We're just running around chasing a piece of cheese, hoping that we can get the house, and never get nowhere. I have a lot of friends that actually used their VA benefits, went back to college, got their degree. But then again, I got a lot of them who will tell me too, the fact is, you know what, they were damn lucky they signed up, because the fact is that people that they graduated with are now having struggles because the fact is that they're drowning in student debt. Oh, and they forgot to tell you that when you get into student debt, then guess what? The government comes for your paycheck first. There's no stipulation. If you owe this much money, then they're going to come and say, okay, there ain't no working a damn deal. There ain't, then you're trying to work it. Oh, can I get my payments lower? Yeah, but it's going to be at this much interest. So now we've got to the upper classes, the individuals, they actually get to go to college, get out of college, and guess what? If they're lucky, they'll find a job in their degree. If not, they'll have to settle for something different, and they didn't make as much money as they thought they were going to make, so now they're down here trying to pay for student loans. They can't even afford to pay attention. They're back home living with mom. Well, that gives them validity, because the fact is that, you know, well, I'm doing all I can do. I'm working my ass off, but I just can't make a living. How many people are actually in that level that you owe more than you make, and you're having to balance bills every damn month because you don't know what's going to come up? I had a friend of mine bought a boat, nice boat, uh, all the bells and whistles and everything. He bought a boat. I said, man, it's an expensive boat. Ah, yeah, well, you know, I splurged on myself, you know, I put it on credit, you know. First of all, I asked the interest rate, which was like 13%, because his credit wasn't that good. But anyway, so the fact is that, you know what, he walked on there for a little bit, then all of a sudden his kids needed some teeth work done. Well, he had to pay for that on credit. He was out of work for 2 or 3 months because everything down here is seasonal, so it was raining for a few months, for the best part of 2 months, and then he couldn't work. So then he was out of paycheck for 2 or 3 months, and then all the bills caught up. Next thing I know, there's his boat sitting out there in a freaking used car lot out there. I talked to him, and I said, man, I can't afford to pay attention, man. You got 2 jobs now. His wife got another. There's 3 jobs coming in that house, and he can't afford to pay attention. It's where we're giving them their own credit, and the credit keeps building up because who's taught us that? Our freaking government. We are a society that is actually drowning in our own debt, and we're too stupid to realize it. We are too stupid to realize the fact is that the only way out of this is for us to actually take it over and actually say, enough is enough. I've had enough. Okay? All this bullshit is bullshit, and it's time for it to stop. Y'all done had y'all's run, y'all done had y'all's time, but it's time for us to stop. Start looking. We need to start looking out for ourselves before y'all get to us, because y'all definitely don't have our best interest in mind. We need to say stop. We need to tell them, say, look, stop it. We've had enough. We have had enough of this bullshit. If you're going to accuse somebody, or you're going to go on TV and you're going to start accusing or saying something about it, then by God, you better prove it. Because down in Texas, by the way, it's Texas Independence Day. In Texas, it used to be, before all these damn Yankees came in and take over, god dang, if you said something about somebody that was untrue, that somebody could shoot your ass and get away with it. We've lightened up our laws now. It wasn't too long ago that, you know what, they finally removed it off the books. Guess what? You can't shoot a man for stealing your horse anymore. But no, we've gotten to the point to where now it's like, well, you know, you can't really do that. It's, you know, what? Well, that's not the principle. The principle is that, you know what, if you're done something wrong, and by God, you got to pay for it. I don't give a shit who you are. Judge Roy Miller had some gun. I tell you this right now. I don't know whether he was from Texas or not, but I believe he was. Shit, he used to be judge, juror, and executioner. Judge Roy Bean, yeah. Because people had to actually understand that there was a repercussion to your actions. There was no buying your way out of it. There was no, this is what the law says. This is what your penalty is, and this is what you're going to serve. Right now, I've mentioned earlier, we got an opiate, uh, what do they call it? It's an epidemic now. They call it an epidemic now. It's opiate because people are killing themselves using these opiates. Well, I hate to tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, but you know what? First we fought in Iraq and we fought for oil. Then we went into Afghanistan to control the drug trade. What is the number one producer? What is the number one economy? What is the number one textile that they actually export that makes some money? And poppy seeds. So, case in point, our guys in Afghanistan, our men and women, they've already understood it, like I have. Like, you know what, shit, we're just here. We're like freaking drug dealers. We're just guarding for the cartel, which is our government. We've done a long time. We've done a long time. Made peace with the Taliban. We've already all for a long time. We told them, you know what, you can't step here, you can't step here, you can't step here, but you can do this. We monopolized the freaking opiate trade. We monopolized it to the fact that we're actually the major. It's hitting us home right now. Controlling the masses. Case in point, back in the 60s, it was admitted. The FBI admitted it. They did. They swarmed the ghetto, made cocaine available to black communities. Harlem, the first one. And it started going on, and you know what? Hell, that's damn bad. Hell, even the mafia moved out of Chicago now. Shit, they don't have nothing to do with that place. Ain't nothing there. These are a sign of progression that we've actually gone through, and it's not going to get better. It's going to keep getting worse. I'm reminded today we have elections. I've already voted. Yes, I voted. I went and I did early election. Why did I? Because I don't want them somebody to know who I went and who I voted for. And I don't want them. I don't want to hear nothing when I go in there and vote. I've already made up my damn mind. By God, leave me the hell alone. But yeah, we can vote them out. We sure can. But isn't it funny when you look at it, how many people who get elected spend the most money? How many, you know, now it's like, well, Judge so-and-so or whoever the hell is running, well, he raised so much money. It's in one sentence. Judge so-and-so is running for state representative, and he has financial backing. He has in his war chest $51,000. Now, Joe Smuckatelli over here wants to do the right thing. He's got maybe 10 grand in his pocket and looking for more. He's over here eating chicken and freaking beans down here. Well, this guy's having steak dinners, $1,200 a plate. So it's time. It's time for us just to say stop. Stop and let's look at what we're freaking doing. Look at what we're actually freaking doing to ourselves, first of all. I challenge YouTubers. I challenge Gab. Gab, I love Gab. I do. I love you can speak your mind. You don't get censored. You don't go there. I love it. I'd be making my videos there, but I'm going to next as soon as I figure out how to download that OBS shit or whatever and start making that shit work. Can you make it work? But anyway, I digress. But see, the problem is that everybody wants to be heard. Nobody wants to actually repeat what you said. On Gab, it's like. Everybody likes everything, but nobody will repost. On Twitter, it's how many friends you got and who you're friends with. And, oh my God, you got Jennifer Lopez on. Oh my God. Oh my God, Brad Pitt is following you. Yeah, oh my God. When you wake up and smell the frickin' Java, did you watch the frickin' Academy Awards? I didn't. Hell no. Because they're actors. They get paid to act. And I don't think I need to have a damn actor tell me how to make my own damn decisions. Thank you very much. I don't need, because you can dunk a basketball to give your political opinion whenever you choose to because you got national time on TV. Won't you come to my damn house and tell me let me tell you what I'm thinking? Not gonna fucking happen, is it? No, it's not. There is a ruling class that is not only just surviving, but it is actually multiplying. And everybody is scrambling to get to that upper class. Everyone is scrambling. Those who are not going to make it, well, that will be your middle class. That'll be your middle class because they are at the detriment of of what the elite class actually has for the middle people. And then you got your poor people. They're shit out of luck. Take a look at how many tent cities are actually in California right now. Because they've had liberal politics for so damn long, now it's like, there ain't nobody else. Please tell me, God, you can't look at Nancy Pelosi and tell me you can't believe in freaking term limits. Please look at Schumer and tell me you can't see term limits. The term limits are unheard of because the fact is they don't benefit business. Because the fact is that business requires, because they require these individuals to be on their page. Because what'll happen is that they get to whittle away at their morals and their values every time they come election. Well, you know, you got to do this. You got to vote this way. Now we'll give you $1 million, but you got to vote this way. Do you see the corruptness in the system? We have sold out every price. I believe everybody that I know. Well, not everybody, but there's a large portion of people that I know. I know I can't trust them because it's like whatever their asking price is, somebody provides it and they'll sell my ass out in a second. That's what we're down to. We live in our own little world. We live in our own little bubble where you can say, you know what, I can say this on Facebook, you know, or I can say this on Twitter or Gab or whatever, but you know what, I'm not held accountable for it. I can go online and I can personally slander this individual. Does it hurt him politically? Yeah. Does it hurt him? Yeah, probably. But it ain't going to make no difference because the fact is that, you know what, hey, they can overcome anything. Enough money to buy people's silence, whether you believe it or not. So this is what we're up against. We're up against a system that has been created to keep us down. Because that is the way that our society is set up. Because the fact of the matter is that the people who are kept down work harder enough, work twice as hard to get somewhere what they'll never actually have. But they have that little, John Mellencamp said, little pink houses. So you don't want to go to the aspect of going down that road and saying, you know what? Why not me? You got to go to that. Why them? Because his name is Kennedy, because his name is Clinton, because his name is such and such. Don't make him qualified to be or Bush. Don't make him qualified to be president. It don't make anybody any difference what your name is. It don't. But we are losing our right to stand up. We have lost the ability to make an impact on our government. We have allowed ourselves to be divided so bad that we cannot actually stand up to our own government. We have actually put it forth that we can't beat the government because the government can do all these things to us and we can't do anything back because we refuse to, or we cannot because we can't afford to actually fight back. ACLU, Civil Liberties Union, all these you look them up and you want to file a case or you want to start something, you want to actually do something about it, good luck for them getting back to you. The first page that you have whenever you go and you click on these sites is a donation page. Red Cross is the same way. Everywhere that you go to ask for help, it's going to cost you money, no matter what. A free consultation with an attorney is unheard of now. It'll last for a while until they got enough clients, and then they'll say, well, cut that shit off. Charging you $7, $75, $100 an hour now if you want to talk to me. Attorneys don't go to look for trials anymore. What they do is they look, well, can I win? If I can win, I'll take this case. Or if I can get it down to a plea bargain, then I'll take a case. I hate to say it, but that's the reason why. That's how they make their money. I can't blame nobody for making their money. I can't blame anybody for actually doing something to better themselves, but not only that, just to survive. How many of you out there now, you know what, I'm really not making it. I'm barely making it, man. I may be making $200,000, but hell, half of that goes for student loans. The other half, shit, gotta have that to survive. Especially if you're in California or New York, shit, trying to get an appointment down there. Shit. It's $24,000 if you do math. So my message today is very simple. And my message that I always produce is the fact is take a step back and look around and see what's actually affecting your future right now. But also ask yourself one thing, what am I going to do about it? Because I guarantee you, a lot of people will actually say, the majority of the people will say this right now, I can't do anything about it. There's nothing I can do. They're going to win if I try. And to be honest with you, it's a fact that sometimes the long haul ain't worth the fight. Because there is no immediate gratification, because it's going to take time. They're going to drag this shit out to cost you as much money as possible. If you even actually think that you're going to actually win a case, you are not going to, because the fact is that just by attrition, sooner or later you're going to run out of money. A county, city, county, state, government, shit, they got all kind of money. They'll fight this son of a gun. They can fight this son of a gun. Guess what? How many times you go to court and you get your case delayed? Well, we're gonna run it back here. We ain't ready for discovery yet. We're gonna run it back. Keep running that son of a bitch back for long enough. Every time attorney's got to appear in court, guess what? He makes more money. Ain't hurting him none. But the only thing that's going to actually make a difference is for you to talk to your neighbor and say, you know what? This is what I think. This is what they're doing. A lot of individuals who are protesting today, there are a lot of individuals who have got it about the wayside, by Antifa, by Black Lives Matter, all these individuals originally had a good thought, but they got wayside, but they got frustrated because of the fact is they couldn't get anything done and they couldn't get anybody to listen. The first step of any relationship that you have with anybody, any government agency, anything or whatever, is effectability is when they stop listening, then you know you got a problem. When people stop listening to you and start demanding things from you, and you've lost it. I hate to be the one to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this, but it's actually sad, but it's true. If you really look at this video, it's one thing that I really want to say. You've lost your freedoms. And every day that you wake up, another little bit is taken away. Every law that's passed today takes away some of your freedom. I don't care about the 2A law. It doesn't make any difference because it doesn't affect me. A gunnery sergeant in the Marine Corps told me one time, when I asked him, I said, well, how come you only got 2 weapons at your house? What happens if shit hits the fan, and you got to use it? So, well, he said, if shit hits the fan, there'll be plenty of laying around for me to get hope on. There's going to be There's going to be a day of reckoning. There's going to be a day to where it comes out to the fact that people have had enough. I'm waiting on that day. Because the fact is that now I can actually tell myself, you know what? These people are worth fighting for. They actually have not lost their fight. They're actually looking forward out for other people besides just themselves. And they're looking to make a better world for their kids that are coming up. They actually spend more time with their kids than they do on than actually they spend more time with their kids than the kid plays than kids on Xbox. All these games, all these things that are actually in front of you that your kids are getting into and getting their attention span. That should actually be a call from help from you because they're getting the attention that they need. They're getting bullshit information. You get two 16-years on the Twitter right now, and they both agree with each other. What the hell's the other one? What are they good for? When it comes, push comes to shove. I'm just saying it. Everybody says, "Well, you're promoting revolution." No, I'm not. I hope it never comes down to that. But if we don't act and we don't actually stand up and we don't start changing it now, it's going to get to the point where we can't change it. And I think we've actually gotten to that point that we're starting to realize that we can't change it. That's a scary thought.